Ndarani Mohammed, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. I'm also the Grand Patron, One Nation Asuaju Support Group of Nigeria. Let me start by saying my advice to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, having watched what is happening in Nigeria in recent times, I felt the urge as a patriotic Nigerian to plead with the federal government to settle Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators matters out of court by setting up a formidable national committee of arbitration. In my opinion, the court may not be the solution of the above matter if lasting peace is to reign in the nation. Bringing this matter to the round table for intensive negotiation surely would engender the peace, harmony, and unity in diversity that we all have consistently craved. In a country with various distinct
there is much government can do. First of all, government needs to reassure the people of the Southeast that they are part of this country. Because that's why when somebody will give directive, people tend to obey them because they believe that the government is not protecting them. Otherwise, why would a non-state actor give directive and people obey? Because people have lost confidence in the leadership. And we are asking the federal government to demonstrate that they are part of this country. We pay our taxes, we fulfill our obligations to the government. Government should do something so that these people are belonging. And the government, there's a time government needs to act. It's not forthcoming. And we're asking, are we still part of this country? We need the federal government. And that's why we also added recently, say government. Since these youths are pointing at one direction, the release of Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, who is incarcerated, the leader of IPOB, we say, look, government, base our findings. If this man is fundamental to peace process in the Southeast, release Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. Since a court of competent jurisdiction has discharged and acquitted him of 15 charges, why?
DSS chief, all Nigerians to begin they think of how them would take they defend themselves.
God have mercy upon us.
Very, very sad. And now waiting Nnamdi Kanu don't they shout for years. Make everybody they defend themselves. They can't hold them. Keep them for inside the same DSS custody. Now everybody eye they open. Now many of us eye they open to reality. Now all of us they wake up. Now many of us they wake up. Things when Nnamdi Kanu saw years back.
Okay, good morning. Okay, we've seen
Owaneze, President John Azuta Mbata, have come out to finally order Tinubu for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He said what? He said it's our time Nnamdi Kanu comes out of the DSS dungeon. That Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything to warrant his life or him being stagnated for the past 10 years. What is your take as regards?
well, a lot of people have been wondering because there has been a long silence from the Ohanese leadership. I'm not talking about one Isinguzo. I don't know where he came from. That is very unnecessary with his statement. Somebody Isinguzo, but we the structure recognizes Asunta Mbata, as Senator Asunta Mbata as the authentic Ohanese leader, that has the capacity to represent and make official Igbo statement concerning the plight of Igbos in Nigeria. So it has been a very long time, and the thought is that he was behind the scene trying to make sure that every issue processes that led to his emergence is being settled, and everybody are bringing everybody together, and that is what he has been doing for some time, we people were expecting that he should open up on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, which is the center of attraction. Without him making any statement about Nnamdi Kanu, nobody is going to recognize him as a honorary president. That is not the truth. Nobody, not even the governors, but we were surprised at Enugu conference, or let's say meeting, where he made it very clearly that it is no longer a joke, and that statement was directed to the people who held Nnamdi Kanu, who kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, the Fulanis who searched on Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, who compromised, the judiciary to put Nnamdi Kanu in DSS for over 5 years without finding anything against him. So it has become very clearly now that the whole world has seen that this man is innocent, and maybe because of that he made it very clearly, and let it go to the point that the issue of Nnamdi Kanu is going to resort to an attempt to rescue him, because the Igbo people can do that if they decide to do that. But that's what we are saying, that Bernard Tinubu should look at the issue very well as it stands now, and there's no justification for his trial in the first place. But no matter how you look at it, we don't want to jeopardize the effort of Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. We don't want to jeopardize the effort of the Nigeria, the presiding judge, to seek truth amidst injustice, that was done on Nnamdi Kanu. So, if you look at Azonta Mpata, he's a senator, and currently the president. He has added his voice on Biafra struggle, and he has made it very clearly that the consciousness of Igbos, 85 million Igbos around the world, is being held in DSS custody, and that Igbos are in bondage, and that the Igbo people are not free as long as Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. And that is a very deep statement coming from the Ohanese leader, Azonta Mpata from Ikwere in Rivers State, and it sends a lot of signal to the northern oligarchy, the northern Fulani, the Arab Fulanis, who are desperate to make sure, that anything that has to do with the Biafran rights, the Igbo rights, to question the invasions, to question the Fulanization agenda, to question the, already tailored Islamic, conquest and political conquest, targeting the Eastern Nigeria, of which Nnamdi Kanu saw this in over the years and was, and shouted and shouted and shouted. The same people came from behind to apprehend him, so that they will be able to carry, because all these governors now, you can see how weak our governors are now. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody is talking about anything. Nobody is able to mobilize, the consciousness of the Igbos, and to look deeply what is coming as a warfare, what is coming, as a terror, what is coming as a conquest, what is coming, as a elimination and killing, to make extermination. Let it not be that this is a repeat of 1967 that is coming, because you can see what is going on now, and the same people are the people who are behind what is happening to Simon Ekpa. The same Fulani people, they are behind. So Nnamdi Kanu's popularity has attracted, I don't know, beyond Africa. People are making reference to him. People are already referring him to the Mandela, of Africa. Nnamdi Kanu has been able to impart, the consciousness of even the Northerners themselves. I was surprised to see our leader. You can see in that video, calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release. I can see the Middle Belt leaders saying that this man is right. I can see even the Yorubas celebrating Nnamdi Kanu. Like Sunday Igboho coming out consistently to say, no, it is high time Nnamdi Kanu is being released. No, the question is, how did Nnamdi Kanu go to this level of, this global solidarity for his release? It's because, he was able to stand on the side of the truth. He was able to alert the world. I imagine as at 2015 or thereabout, when Nnamdi Kanu became very significant within the agitation space in the world, in Africa, globally. If they have listened to Nnamdi Kanu and begin to work towards to stop this ongoing invasion and killing, then maybe we wouldn't have gotten to this level where it has become a daily routine that 200, 300, 500 Nigerians must die on daily basis. So that is the brave one to Sultan Bata, for standing up for reality, for standing up for the Igbo, for standing up for Ohanese, for standing up for 85 million Igbos, around the world. It calls for celebration, and I can tell him if he's not alone, if he continues like this, I can tell him he has the support of the Igbo people. That any day we look at these politicians, these governors, and I want him to look at it very well and make a statement concerning the ongoing killing in the eastern part of the country by the Fulanese. I want him to come out and issue, a statement in that regard, because it is no longer funny. War is coming.
Okay, but you said we know for a fact that the Ohanese, a lot of Igbos don't like that group. The fellow said these people are two-faced. They talk here today, talk here tomorrow. They said, Ohanese calling out for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And these are the same set of people that will come out tomorrow and support Tinubu openly, support, Tinubu's re-election. Do you not think these people are two-faced?
No, I don't think so. This matter of leadership. It comes with leadership, Ohanese is the cultural umbrella of 85 million Igbos around the world. And if you are, it cannot because of one person, you say Ohanese is not good. No, we don't want to talk about that. We are talking about the leadership, So if you see a leadership that are there to protect the values of the Igbo people, why? We'll give him that support. Like he has come out to make it very clearly, that it's no longer funny. And that let it not get to the point that the Igbo leaders or the Ohanese people, or the Igbos themselves, will master the art of rescue, and they can advance at that level to rescue Nnamdi Kanu at any cost. So we are hoping that that's not what he means, but we are hoping that it won't get to that level. Because if you get to that level, I can tell you, justice will be displayed to the whole world, and the people will know, that we might be at the same level, but we are not thinking the same thing.
From that, we've seen Justice Omotosho really gave Nnamdi Kanu a 1-0 up against Nigeria in court, as against the trial within trial that happened, the last time they were in court. We saw that Nnamdi Kanu was forced to make the statement he made when JSS arrested him. And with this now, do you not think Omotosho is sitting towards releasing Nnamdi Kanu? Because from what we can see, Nnamdi Kanu was tortured unjustly. He has been detained, and he knows that Nnamdi Kanu is there. But do you not think the Fulanis will now apply pressure on Omotosho to do to keep Nnamdi Kanu or to not give Nnamdi Kanu that victory? Do you not think the Fulani will apply more pressure on
judiciary conquest is part of the things Nnamdi Kanu needed to obtain a global tour of his personality, a global market of his personality, a global advancement of what he represents, a global advocacy for Biafra, and be able to attract a global attention or solidarity. That's why he's in the court now. And this is a matter for how many years now, and nobody has found him guilty, and he's in for another trial again. 5 years in DSS, and they are opening up. Then why did the federal government open up Nnamdi Kanu's trial? Why this Arab Fulanis are in the position of leadership in Nigeria? So it sends a lot of signal, and that is what is triggering and questions if it is genuine that Omotosho is genuine. I want to pass judgment. Then I can tell you that Nnamdi Kanu will not last long there, because any moment from now, the judiciary will be going on recess. And from what we are hearing from the report, that he will not allow Nnamdi Kanu to stay there if the judiciary is going on recess. he would just make sure that a kind of speedy trial, you know. But the thing is that it has gotten to the level that the federal government has exhausted whatever they have, and then the Nnamdi Kanu's defense can plead for defense, can open up defense at the end of the day, or that can say they were not going to open up defense. You know, then there will be cross-examination, and everybody will address the court, and the next day he can decide to pass judgment and ask Mazen Nnamdi to go because he's a free man. So it